Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's take a look at the prices here. Bitcoin still consolidating. I know it's kind of boring, but we have to go through the market cycles. If we want to get to higher highs, which I believe we will because the macro thesis is still in play, we got to go through these micro consolidations and pullbacks. And once again, patience is very important when it comes to investing. Whether you're investing in crypto, real estate, the stock market, it's just par for the course. But we know that this year we are anticipating the blow off top of the market. And I believe this bull market tops out around Q4. We'll have to wait and see. We'll keep watching the data points and the signals and get an idea where we're at. As I've been sharing with you guys, there is a CME gap open at $115,000 for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin could go down to 115, find some support, then bounce. I believe the next target is between 127 to 132K. So let's see how that plays out. One user on X shared the following chart with the Ethereum price movements aligned with global liquidity. Now, we've been following global liquidity very closely as it relates to Bitcoin, but it's fascinating to see Ethereum's chart align with this. And I think it makes sense to do this exercise because Ethereum is the second largest crypto, has a lot of liquidity. It's been moving recently. And as I've been stating, that global liquidity looks like it's topping around late October into early November, but we are seeing a bit of a bounce here after the pullback. But as the data keeps getting updated, we will see if it continues higher, and that maybe leads Bitcoin to $200,000, right? But right now for this chart, in alignment with the Ethereum price, we are seeing ETH going to about $10,000. So that is very possible. I've been personally calling for that $8,000 to $10,000, and I will be a very happy man if that happens because I'll be taking profits at these key price points. But as stated before, the global liquidity is one of the macro factors in our thesis as to why this bull market is going to continue. It's just one factor, but it's a pretty large one. XRP, Crypto Wizard, shared a chart that despite the short-term price movement for XRP being about $4.50, the next major target, he's highlighting here that XRP can go to $6 and beyond. And he's looking at a price target of over $6 after, let's say we hit $4.50, pull back a bit, and then continue. And I believe we can go higher, folks. I actually shared a chart today on X showing Fibonacci levels where the 1.618 is at $4.48, so that $4.50 range. Now, markets can get overheated and overshoot those price points, but those are the key targets. The 2.618, it's $6.26. The 3.618 is $8. The 4.236 extension is $9, over $9. So again, the market can overshoot these by a bit. So these are price points I'm looking at. I know some people are going to get very emotional, right? I'm not getting emotional about this. I'm just sharing the chart data because they want higher prices. Many have bought at high prices at top of markets instead of bottom. So when they see a price point like 5, 8, 7 or so forth, they get very angry. What are you talking about? It should be 15. It should be 20. But we don't invest with our emotions, folks. Obviously, I would love for this to go as high as possible. I mean, if it can go to 20 plus, that would be amazing. But you got to balance optimism with the charts and the data and the metrics, right? Because fairy tales are not how you navigate markets. Being emotional is not how you navigate in the market. So we got to keep things realistic and hope for the best, obviously, but keep it balanced, if you know what I mean. One thing that's very interesting today, folks, Tether minted 2 billion USDT, Circle minted over 300 million USDC. Stablecoin liquidity is starting to rise again. And this actually is in alignment with USDT dominance. So this is specifically Tether USDT, which, as I told you guys, was oversold and is seeing a bounce. Same thing with the assets. They were in the overbought zone. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, they were in an overbought zone, and this pullback is super healthy. In fact, they're following Bitcoin to a T because Bitcoin led the market, hitting 123, new all-time high, hit its overbought zone, and started cooling down. Alts rallied when the liquidity flowed from Bitcoin down to the altcoins, and now they hit their overbought zone, and now they're cooling down. And you're going to see rotation of liquidity from the large to mid to small caps in the altcoin market, and then back to Bitcoin. This is how we've seen it historically. So the stablecoin liquidity going up and this amount of stablecoins being minted is significant because, a lot of this is going to go into the market. Before these major rallies, I've been sharing this data with you guys, right? Many of my OG subscribers and listeners know I've been sharing, hey, Tether just minted another billion or 3 billion or whatever it may be. And that stablecoin liquidity was building up over time. So I'm going to monitor this very closely to see, are they going to continue to mint? And this could help drive the next rally, if you know what I mean. So things are still on track, folks. And speaking of stablecoin, just to add some color here, the U.S. crypto legislation drives $4 billion surge in the stablecoin supply. So with the Genius Act recently passing, we got a report here that in just 7 days, the sector added nearly $4 billion, pushing the stablecoin market cap above $264 billion and fueling corporate interest in related ventures. So I think we're going to see a lot more stablecoin minting and usage of stablecoin. Now, not all of that is going to go straight into the market. There's going to be stablecoins being used for payments globally, right? But we know a good amount, a chunk of it is used by whales to move the markets or, execute their respective trades. And they are the ones that are moving the market. So another positive sign here for the bull market to continue. Here is even more data. Crypto inflows surged to 60 billion year to date. Look at this, outpacing private equity, according to JP Morgan. You want to know why there was all this fighting against the crypto industry? It's things like this. I've often stated Jamie Dimon and the banking industry lobbied Elizabeth Warren to attack the crypto industry along with Gary Gensler, right? To shut down these crypto startups. Why? It was taking money out of their pockets. You could go put your money on a staking protocol and earn a higher yield than keeping it in a checking or savings account. You could move money outside of the banks by using stablecoins or simply moving crypto assets. And then VCs and a lot of investors, retail and institutions, started putting their money in crypto, not putting it in Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan's investment products. These guys don't like that. That's why they called up their buddies in the government. And you guys know how lobbying works. You know how campaign donations work. And that was the attack. But disruptive technology always wins. It's, as we've been saying over the past 4 to 5 years. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. We are in the then you win phase. So all of these banks are capitulating now, and they're getting involved with crypto, launching crypto trading, custody, and even their own stablecoins and adopting the technology in different ways. So the fact that crypto inflows outpace private equity is incredible. That's a big sign there. Now, Justin Sun and the folks at Tron rang the opening bell at the Nasdaq exchange this morning. I was actually just there last week with the folks at Hive Digital Technologies. They're a Bitcoin miner. It's a great experience, and the Nasdaq, it's a great place. I was actually at the New York Stock Exchange yesterday doing an interview with Cheddar News, and you're just seeing crypto pop up everywhere now in TradFi and on Wall Street. And I'm actually surprised Justin Sun and Tron did this, but it's a great way to get some marketing and publicity and so forth. Generally, the companies that are going public, they ring the bell, but you don't have to be a public company to do these things. So this is a sign, though, a bull market. You don't do things like this in a bear market, if you know what I mean. And look at this. This is a perfect sign of a bull market and that the top is not far away. Now, when I say that, sometimes people are like, do you mean next week? No, I mean, it's a range. It could be over the next 4 to 5 months, like I've been saying, right? Look at the headline from CNBC, mainstream media. Sydney Sweeney sparks latest meme stock rally as American Eagle soars 18%. So notice the words they use there, meme stock. And nothing wrong with Sydney Sweeney. She's a very beautiful, very attractive woman, obviously, right? So I'm a fan. But as her aside, the fact that retail is rallying behind these stocks and crypto and much more, celebrities are involved. These are not things that happen in bear markets. And they are also top signals. Again, that doesn't mean the top is in today, right? Because there's a range here. So you have to make sure you add the nuance. But the fact that this stock is soaring and it's acting like a meme stock and a meme coin, it is a big time signal. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you are looking to take profits, whether it be in crypto or the stock market, because it all follows global liquidity, make sure you have a plan. If you are planning to take profits off the table, I am. I'm going to be taking profits off of crypto and my stock holdings as well. Now, there's long-term hold bags I have that I'm not touching. But what I play around with on Robinhood and some of these other platforms, I'll be taking some profits, folks. So to each his own, based on your financial situation. But it's boom and bust cycles, as you all know, and this right here is a very, very interesting signal, folks. I hope you understand why I'm sharing this news with you, because we want to be a contrarian to the herd, and the herd follows these movements and mainstream media and the crowdsourcing of things, right? Versus buying when there's blood on the streets, when there's fear and depression, and no one wants to touch these things. That's the time to be buying, right? That's how you make the most return. That is how smart money operates. Now, folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Trezor. Trezor makes beautiful hardware wallets that make it easy for you to safely store your crypto. I'm a user of the product. I use the Trezor Safe 5. Now, they were the pioneers of the hardware wallet and the seed phrase setup. They started this whole thing back in 2013. And their hardware wallets are open source. They support a variety of coins. I'm talking XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, even BlackRock's BIDL token. So they support a variety of tokens, folks. And they have a great software called Trezor Suite, which helps you to manage all of this. They also have a hand-holding service where you can speak to a customer support rep to help you set up your device and much more. And folks, if you use my code ThinkingCrypto, all one word, ThinkingCrypto, you can get 5% off. Now, Trezor has a great promotion running right now until August 1st for Germany users. So users in Germany only. I know some of you watch on YouTube. I know some of you listen on Spotify and Apple. I see the metrics, right? So if you're in Germany, they have some exclusive discounts and promotions for you. It's 2 promotion codes. So the first code is DE20P. DE20P. You get 20% off for the TS3, TS5, and the TS3 backup bundle and the TS5 backup bundle. So those devices, you use the code DE20P and you can get 20% off there. Then the next code is DE60P. DE60P. You get 60% off the Trezor Model T and the Trezor Model 1. So DE20P for 20% on the specific models and DE60P to get 60% on the specific model. So only for users in Germany. So if you're tuning in from there, check it out. Trezor, once again, makes great devices. I'm a user. All the links will be in the description. Now, folks, huge news for Vechain. Many of you know that I hold the VET token. Vechain is also a sponsor of this podcast. Franklin Templeton, the Wall Street giant with trillions of dollars of assets under management, is bringing their BENJI platform to Vechain for enterprise payments. So BENJI platform is their tokenization platform. I've interviewed Sandy Call of Franklin Templeton multiple times talking about this. Let me give you the details. Vechain, a layer 1 blockchain for real-world applications, is partnering with a $1.5 trillion asset manager Franklin Templeton to integrate the company's BENJI platform for enterprise payments. The move extends the reach of Franklin Templeton's platform while providing businesses operating on Vechain another stablecoin option, according to a statement shared with Cointelegraph. Franklin Templeton's BENJI platform permits tokenized access to the company's Franklin Templeton on-chain U.S. government money fund, an on-chain U.S. government money fund worth about $780 million. The fund invests in cash, government securities, and collateralized repurchase agreements. One BENJI token is equivalent to 1 share in the fund, which the company tries to peg to $1. So, multiple takeaways here. Obviously, very bullish for Vechain, getting adoption from a massive Wall Street firm. So you can imagine Franklin Templeton went through their whole vetting and research process to make sure Vechain is a quality blockchain that they can build on. And clearly they found it to be so, and they're clearly launching on there. So this is a big vote of confidence for Vechain. And it also shows Franklin Templeton, the TradFi crowd, they're bullish, they're getting involved, they are launching on multiple chains. So Incredible what's happening before our eyes, folks. It's amazing. As part of the move, infrastructure provider BitGo, and if you guys recall, BitGo is looking to do an IPO soon, will also join Vechain as a custody partner, while KeyRock, a crypto investment firm, will bring derivatives trading capabilities. Here is a quote. The collaboration will strengthen Franklin Templeton's distribution strategy while giving enterprises and institutional investors engaging with Vechain a differentiated way to integrate tokenized money market funds into their payment and cash management options, notes the statement. Incredible, folks. Incredible. Bullish on all of this. Obviously, more bullish on VeChain because I'm a VET token holder and I'm expecting that to do really well this bull market cycle. If you guys recall, VeChain, they had launched the Stargate staking program following the SEC crypto guidance at the beginning of July. I'll be interviewing the CEO of VeChain very soon. Sunny Liu, I've had him on the podcast. So we're going to talk about all of this news, guys. I'll bring you all the details there. And heads up, tomorrow I'm interviewing the executive vice president of crypto at MasterCard. So I'll give you the details there. And I also today booked an interview with Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev. So we're going to be doing that interview next week. And of course, I'm going to ask about their crypto strategy, their tokenization plans, which, they recently did a big event talking about all these things and what the future of markets look like. So folks, make sure you are subscribed. You are tuned in with notification bells enabled because I'm going to be bringing you some really great interviews. And we're going to try to get as much knowledge as we can from these people to be better informed and to be able to navigate these markets better. So folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free on Substack. I'll be putting out a newsletter tomorrow. And check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto. Knowledge is power. Expand your knowledge and learn more about what's happening in crypto and how it all works. This is the course for you, packed with videos, text write-ups, downloadable materials. So a ton of value in here. Check it out. Link will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.